everybody and welcome to my video, Getting Tidier. I hope you're well. If you're watching this and you have not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. About 70% of people who watch my video have not subscribed, and it does help me if you subscribe. Welcome everybody. This is Monday, and some of you who follow me will know that I was supposed to be working at the head office all day today. I dropped my daughter off, had a quick meeting with one of the teachers at the school, and then drove into the office. I got there about 9 o'clock and the meeting started at 10, and it ended up just being a 10 till 12, and then a few people had lunch, and then the managers went home. So I decided that I could either obviously stay on at the head office or go home. And given that I wasn't due to pick my daughter up until 5 o'clock, I thought I might as well go home. So when I got home, I smelt this sort of smell of like food that had maybe caught or burning. I didn't kind of realise what it was until I went into the kitchen and felt the incredible heat from the oven. And I'd actually, in a rush, cooked beans for my daughter this morning for her snack when I pick up, because usually she has beans, sushi and a few other bits. And I'd put the saucepan back onto the gas and I hadn't turned the gas off. So I'm not quite sure what had happened. I got home probably about 1:30. If I'd have got back after picking her up, it would have been 5:30. So I'm not quite sure what would happen to a saucepan if it had been heat burning for that long. Don't know whether it could set alight or what could have happened. So good job I came home. So I came home, decided to tidy the kitchen up. We had a roast dinner yesterday and neither of us washed up. So I just wanted to kind of do all that and just get on top of things. And then after that, it was lovely and sunny outside. So I put the washing on the line. So it's a white washing load. So got that onto the line in the sun and the breeze. And then I did a bit of weeding in the front garden because the brown bin's being collected tomorrow. I just wanted to wear kind of the edge of the shingle. I did a little bit yesterday. I wanted to do the other side where the weeds were started to build. And then I was able to get the washing in. I thought it looked like it could possibly have rained. So I got the washing in. Most of it was dry apart from the towel. So I just put a couple of bits on the radiator. I hung out, put another load of coloured washing on the washing machine. That then was ready to come out, so I put that on the dryer. Then I did a bit more in the kitchen, and then you'll also see in my video starting to sort through the Easter things. So you'll be pleased to know I took out about 4 bags, didn't I, of Easter bits. I've got 1 bag which can go to the charity shop, and I've got 1 bag which can go in the bin. So I was pleased about that. However, all of my plans changed really. So after driving all the way home, I wasn't really home for that long when I saw that I'd got a missed phone call on my phone, and I checked it was my daughter's school, and I called back and spoke to the nurse, and she didn't feel well, and it sounded like it was allergy related. So the nurse had given her some of her medicine and said, oh, she's going to sort of just wait with her and just see how she is. And she was probably going to be well enough to go back to her last lesson. But also, I don't know, there's kind of a few other things that I wonder sort of going on. So she was due to have an after-school club. And I mean, obviously she had the problem with her lips and mouth because her lips started to swell and the nurse could see that. But I think also, I don't think she wanted to stay to her after school club. So she was like coughing quite a lot, and the nurse said, well, she hadn't been coughing earlier. And then she said to me that she wanted to come home. So we sort of had a conversation about that. So the nurse thought she was going to be fine to go into the last lesson. So I said, okay, fine. And then the nurse rang back again and said that she still felt unwell, that she'd had more medication, and I said, okay, I'm going to come and get her, and I'll come and get her now. So I picked her up early from school, and she came home, and she's been fine at home. I don't think I've heard her cough once, and she says that her throat has kind of sorted itself out, and so it's a bit of a worry because the food that she had all seemed fine. The nurse checked all the things to do with the food, and that seems fine. She did spend some time with a rabbit at lunchtime. She's not allergic to rabbits, but does get affected by the hay and like the straw with the rabbit. And also the grass had been cut, and she does react to some grasses and also some pollen. So you can see, even though all the things were left over from roast dinner, and there was a few saucepans and so on to clear up, I managed to get on top of the kitchen very easily. It seems like if it's one dinner, then I'm okay. But it's like when it starts getting to one day or one day and a bit, then that's different. So I also wiped all the side down. I've got a few items there on the side that I haven't yet decided what to do with, other things that my dad gave. But yeah, cleaned all the side down. Also cleaned the front of some of the units. So that made it look, much better. I'm wondering what to do. My daughter's goatskin rug, I put on the wool wash and the washing machine, but then when it stopped, it was absolutely drenched. So then I put it on a spin, and the spin made it no better. Then I put it on a drain for 2 minutes. That didn't make it any better. So I don't quite know what's going to happen to it, but I've now put it on a dry, because it was literally, I couldn't take it out of the washing machine because it was so full of water. So I probably shouldn't have put it on a dry, but to be honest, if it kind of destroyed it or spoilt it, I don't think anybody would mind that much. I don't think she would mind if she didn't have it. I just needed to wash it because the other 2 rugs in her bedroom you can easily wash and easily dry. But this, I just felt like that starts getting build up of dust and so on. I just wanted to, put it on a wash and just try to clean it. And then also, my daughter, when she got home and she was feeling fine, she did a bit of her homework, and I had to go through all the cupboards and get things that were acid and things that were alkaline out of the cupboard so she could do a little video on them. So it was lovely and bright outside, and certainly on the way back from work, my little car is a little convertible, and I put the roof down. It was lovely and sunny. But you can see those clouds look a bit grey. Somebody did say to me about how you can put whites and colours in the same wash by using some of these little sheets. They're like £1 for a box, and you just put, and that just catches the colour. So I might consider that, but I do get a lot of comments about my whites from my family members and how lovely and white they stay. We've got all white towels, obviously lots of white socks, a blouse and a shirt there, white, sort of general white underwear. So I don't usually do a white wash weekly, probably every sort of 2 weeks. But I do like how white my whites stay. Although I couldn't believe my husband's shirt, that has got the little, because there's a dress shirt that he wore at a black tie event, and I put it in the wash with those little removable button things. I can't think what their name, they've probably got a proper name. And then this was the front garden, so you can see all along the edge where all the weeds are. So I just wanted to tidy all that up. It just makes it look so much better when that's all done and I just rake the stones. Just makes it look so much tidier and clearer. There's still quite a lot that I need to cut back in the front garden, and the hedge needs to be cut, and the hawthorn, which is just near where I'm sort of bopped down, that's got like the most evil thorns on it. So I need to cut that back. I avoid that because that's, if you get a thorn in you, it's like really painful and then go septic. It was really funny. There's a lady who follows me who said about being from Manchester, and she's based near Bolton. And I worked for about 9 months in Horwich, which is just outside of Bolton. I worked in the financial sector then, and I lived in De Vere White's hotel there, the Bolton Stadium. And just over the other side of the road was where I was based for work. It was a really great time. I loved that job, and I loved the social element of it because it was really fun to go into Manchester. Manchester's got an absolutely fantastic nightlife, great fun. Absolutely loved it. It's really good. I can remember it was just before I got married, and like we'd have an allowance for during the week for meals and so on, and then at the weekends. But on Friday, you could use your allowance to go into the supermarket. So I'd go into the supermarket with he wasn't my brother-in-law then, but he became my brother-in-law. And we'd buy our supermarket, spend our allowance in the supermarket, and then basically bring home food for the weekends. It just was a nightmare getting home, because it used to take like 8 hours on the train, probably 3 or 4 hours to drive, but 8 hours on the train, and there would always be delays on a Sunday. But that was fun. I love Manchester. I've taken my daughter a couple of times. Really, really good city. Nice city. And then someone else commented about their little cat. They've got a little black cat called Manchester. I thought, what a nice name. Is there a Manchester in America? I bet there probably is, because I think there's a Birmingham. So you can see I've got quite a few different plants in my front garden. I've got the lavender that I spoke about before. I've got a lot of hyacinths, some daffodils, crocuses. But I've also got quite a lot of summer plants. So I've got quite a few lupins. I've got some summer flowering bulbs. I haven't yet seen any tulips come up, but I have got quite a lot of white and purple tulips, but they'll probably be a little bit later. And then my front section, I've got quite a few what I call bear's breeches. I can't think of the Latin name, but they're really, really beautiful. They come up like these big thistles. I think you love them or hate them, and I love them. And then you can see back in my back garden, all my whitewashing almost dry. So the shirts and the blouse and the socks are dry-ish. Not dry enough to be hung up and put in the wardrobe, but they're much drier than what they were when I put them out. Just the towel really, which is wet. So I hung the towel on the radiator and just put those on just to air, but I'll be able to take those off tomorrow because they'll be done. And then, as I always do, I just put the socks in the gaps in the radiator. Again, they're almost dry, but not dry enough to go straight into a drawer. And good news in terms of pocket money, my daughter did her washing job, so I insisted, and she did it. So she got her pocket money, and she also watered the plant, so she got the pocket money for that. Let's see how long it lasts. So I know that I should have all my wet washing in a basket and not put on the sofa, but they were only there for a little while. And I can see what people mean. It would be really useful to have a dryer for towels. But my long-term plan, given the ideas that a number of you have given me, is that I am going to, once the spare bedroom is sorted out, rather than the dumping ground that it is currently, I will put washing up there to dry. And then I thought, then I don't have to look at it, do I? The spare bedroom's not really used that often, only really when we have guests. I have got a plan for some of the furniture. Got quite a lot of furniture in the spare bedroom. So it's got a double bed, 2 chests of drawers, a bedside cabinet and a wardrobe, and they all match. And I actually bought them when my uncle left me a small amount of money. I thought, I'm going to buy some furniture for the house with this money. So that was what I did. But in a way, sort of our house and the way that we live, etc., has changed, and actually, not sure we need all that furniture in there. So you'll laugh at this, but when we buy our house in Italy, that's what we're going to do, move some of the furniture. And then these are the Easter bags that I want to show you that need to be sorted out. So I've got like 5 Easter bags, and I just needed to go through them all because I just don't need 5 bags all in, a bit of a muddle. So we've got some cuddly toys that my daughter definitely wanted to keep, some craft items that she definitely wanted to keep, some sort of paperwork and crosswords that I thought we'd do this year for Easter. So I've got lots of things to keep, but also you'll be pleased to know that I've got 1 bag which is going to the charity shop. So I'm going to get that to the charity shop quickly, then they can sell the things, put them in their window displays. I thought would be quite nice. And then another bag of rubbish. So some things that I've kept, I just don't know why I've even kept them. Like there was all that foil. Did you see like those foil streamers? I thought that might have been when we went to Milan last year. I took my daughter to a Mer Contrate concert in Milan, and they gave loads of all the streamers fired into the air at the end. But my daughter said no, definitely not. So I've got no idea what they are. don't mean anything to me, they don't mean anything to her, so they've gone in the bin, which you'll all be pleased to know. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next video.